Ripple Edit. Now, do you remember when we used to use the selection tool and selecting a specific clip and then moving it where we're having a space between two sequences or two clips, and we have to right click and then delete ripple? Now, ripple edit here become very handy. But before we do this, let me just discover something very quick with you. Now, if I'm selecting a specific video over here, so let's say, for example, I'm just going to my exercise file, videos, I'm selecting this video over here. Let's say this is the sequence of my video. So this is how the video moving from beginning to end. So let me just give you an example. I'm having this part where my video just moving around. And I need to cut it right here. So it becomes very handy to use I and O buttons in your keyboard. I stand for in, O stand for all. Let me give you an example here. So I'm going to start with the sequence over here, and I will hit I in my keyboard. So I, as you see here, highlighted the beginning of the clip. So I'm going to use the clip from this point over here. And then I'm just going to move until this point. I need to cut my video. So I need to use only the sequence where I highlighted. So I'm going to use O on my keyboard. So as you see here, this is the clip I'm going to use at the moment. So I'm not going to use the whole clip. Instead, I'm using part of the clip. So if I'm clicking and dragging this clip towards my timeline, and then I'm moving toward the timeline here, you'll find out that my clip started from this shot over here. Started from this shot, and it ended up by this shot over here. So let's find out. Great. So this is where my beginning, this is where my end. Where I'm actually having the rest of the clip is remaining there. So this is how simple to trim a clip using the source monitor. However, Ripple Edit comes exactly the same. So to cut or trim part of my clip, all I need to do is using the third button here, or the third tool, which is called Ripple Edit tool. And this is B on your keyboard. Now let me just go to the first clip over here. So in here I'm having my first clip, which is quite long. And again, this is the timer of my clip. So if I move over here it tells me this clip, it takes around 13 seconds. Great. So let me trim part of this clip. So I'm using again the Ripple Edit tool. And as you see here, it have to be between two sequences. So it wouldn't give me any ripple to delete. So there is no space between the two clips. So if I go right in between, you see here I'm having an arrow. That means this clip would be trimmed toward the right, where this clip would be trimmed around the left. So doing that, if I click and drag, you'll be able here to see the difference between the two windows. One here, the sequence is getting trimmed down, and the other one remaining the same. So if you look at that, now I'm going to release my finger. Now as you see here, I don't have any space between the two sequences. Stop at this point, and then the second sequence starting from this point. So in here I'm having 2 points between each other. I will do the same here, but I'm not going to do it between the two clips. I'm going to do it by the end of the last clip. Here we go. And then I'm just going to trim it toward where I would like my clip to stop. So now here, I don't have any gaps between the sequence. I might actually use this to push my clip a little bit forward. However, this is the full length of my clip, so it wouldn't be affected. Let's see how that will look. Great. So this is all about Ripple Edit. And again, to remind you, Ripple Edit is a trim tool used to trim a clip and ripple the rest of the clip in the timeline. So there is no space or gaps between any of those sequence clips. Let's find out about the next tool,